Yeah. Hey everyone, are we live? Yeah, we're live. I was working out and then I saw something in the chart, so I jumped in. Welcome to 5 a.m. trading. Right now it's not 5 a.m. but we're still trading because we want to make money. So a little short update on my trade. So previously I had a long trade which was stopped out. I took partial profits out. It doesn't matter. So I had a long trade which didn't work out. But then I saw we are breaking down below the trend line that I was talking about on many of the previous live streams. So I'm talking about this this light blue beautiful line. So let me even paint it green. So this is the line we're talking about, and it was broken. This support line broke, and since it went back pretty much, how long was it? It's 2 days old trend line. So the older the trend line is, the harder it can break. So because it was a long trend, and now this trend is clearly broken to the downside. So I opened a short, and we had some retest. I opened a trade somewhere around this area. Then we had some retest of the EMAs. The price couldn't smash through the 8 and 20 EMA on the 15 minute, and it was heavily rejected. And also we have a very beautiful pattern twice right here, which I learned from a guy. I forgot what his name is. What was his name? So you see, he has pretty much bad marketing because I don't remember his name. The name should be so good that you just hear it one time or two times and you never forget it again. It's an old dude. Later I will show a video with him. Okay, maybe I can find him. Here is. Here's his video. This guy. What's his name? He has pretty much a pretty good content, the guy. Anthony Birdsell. So in this video he was teaching a doji strategy, double or triple doji. So basically you have a couple of candles, couple of indecisive candles following a big move. So for example, and we had it twice. So for example, right here we have first of all big move downwards, this big bearish candle. You see this big bearish. Let me show you again. So now блять, what's happening again? So again, where is my? So we have this candle right here. You see? And it's bearish, strong bearish candle. And what follows after this bearish candle, actually the two previous, it's all bearish. But then what follows is a couple of indecisive, 2 to 3 indecisive candles, doji candle. They don't know, should we go up, should we go down, and they try to decide. And also we should look at the EMA, but let's forget about the EMAs first. What counts is first a big moves in one direction, for example bearish move downwards, big candle, then a couple of indecisives, and after this the price tends to just continue, and this is what the price did. And at this point I hoped it would continue, it would reverse, but it did not. It did exactly like he taught in his video. It just continues. And so we had this big move, and we broke this support line. So I opened right here, I opened a short, and right now, just a couple of minutes ago, we did the same. So we had a couple of indecisive candles, and then we continued the move. We were rejected by these EMAs. Actually, what I see right now, it's not certain. So you can't really predict in which direction it will go. Not always, because in this case, yes, we had a big bearish movement to the downside, and after this we saw some indecisive candles, and then the move continued. But in this case, we had a big upwards move, and then the indecisives, and then we were rejected. So basically, we should go up if following the theory. Interesting. So I see this indecisive candles strategy doesn't always apply, but what's definitely true is that after those indecisive candles, some big move is coming, because usually what he also said in the video is that we always see that less volatility is always followed by a big volatility. Then we have less volatility, then bigger volatility, then less volatility, indecisive candle doesn't go up and down much, and then big volatility. So this pattern continues quite a bit. So like here, less volatility, boom, then, and so on. So very interesting insights, but like I just realized, it doesn't apply always, because the only thing we probably can predict is the following volatility after these indecisive candles, with a slightly tendency to continue the trend of the bearish candle or bullish candle before that, if it was big. So yeah, just wanted to update you that I'm in this short trade, and so I lost $13 today. First I took some profits, $6, then I lost 20 something. Now I'm minus 13, and unrealized profits is minus $34. And I'm almost pretty much confident that the trend will continue downwards, so I don't close this short. Because if you look at the charts, it doesn't look too happy for Bitcoin as of now after breaking this level. Let me switch to another chart. Yeah, this is the Bitstamp chart. On Bitstamp we can quite clearly see it. So this, okay, let me go to 1 hour. So on this Bitstamp chart, you see this fat support line, which went back 2 days, I believe. Let's check again. 3 days, even 3 days back. It was broken right here. So we had kind of a triangle here, something like this, and it broke first a little bit to the upside, then it broke down. Anyways, what matters is that the resistance line of this triangle now acts as a little support after the breaking down. And now we probably gonna retest these levels before we go down. Test these levels and then probably continue down. But I still think we're gonna continue down, because this big trend line was broken, and it's not a little trend line, it's a big one. Let's see how it looks on the 2 hour and 4 hour. Alright, on the 2 hour also broken. What about 4 hour? 4 hour, yeah, also everything is broken. On 4 hour it broke even earlier. On the 4 hour we had this spiel here, look, like this. You see, on the 4 hour we broke down even right here, and after this we just had a little retest, and then we probably just continued down. And we already retested this trend line before. We went up to 40,600 something and then went down. You see this Doji candle? Yeah, and right now on the 4 hour we have a little bit of indecisiveness, which means very soon a big move should be coming. And if this hourly, if this 4 hour candle closes indecisive, then one of the next 4 hour candles should be very volatile. And it doesn't look like it would go upwards. So it looks to me that we will go down at least to 38,000 something. Why? Because we broke the trend line to the downside, and we failed to make another high, a new high. We made a lower high, so this was the previous high, and after we broke down, we tried to go up, but we created a lower high, which was a weak high, because it was just a little weak. So it doesn't look like strength to me. Most probably, I think what's gonna happen is, judging on this 4 hour trend lines, is that we will just like continue in this manner. Let me show you. We went up and down and up and again. So we went up and down, up and down, up and down. Now we tried to make higher high, but we didn't do it. And now from here we probably will try to make another high, but will not be able to, and go down. Or maybe we'll just do something like this. Anyways, we probably have to expect some zigzag action below this support lines. The previous support, now it's a resistance line. Also this red line is a resistance now. So some zigzaggy action right here inside this triangle before we eventually either go back up, bounce from this even bigger trend line. We have another super strong trend line, this black one, and we will either bounce from it or we will break it and go even lower. After this we might hit 35,000 and so on again. So, and actually if you look at it, it's quite likely that we will retest the 35,000 levels or 36,000 levels. Why? Because if you look at the big picture on the 4 hour chart, what happened on the 4 hour chart? We created a lower high. Is it a lower high? Let me see. Yeah, we created another lower high. Here we had a high, here we had a high, here was another one, and it looks like a big like W-like structure, or call it whatever you want. So something like this with a neckline, and after touching this neckline, very often what we see is some form of rejection, and it just makes too much sense that so it just makes too much sense that at this point the first thing that will happen is some type of rejection, maybe up to these levels. You see this previous high, maybe up to these levels, to 36,800 something. then go back up, then something like this, then maybe resist support line, and then shoot up and eventually do something like this before we break it. And this would be almost, yeah, it's almost a reverse head and shoulders something, but it would be an ugly one. Anyways, right now on the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, it just makes sense that we are being rejected from this neckline, go down for a bit, and then probably at some point go back up again. Let me point out which levels this might be. So you see this week, this might be it, then this might be it. This, let me make them thicker. So these are the possible points of bouncing back after going down. 39,400 might be, but I think much lower. We already were there, so probably the 38,300 something. After this, we would have this level to 36,500, and I think this is where we will bounce, because we have this wick right here, this up, this swing high, and yeah. So I think we will do this, then create a lower high, then bust through these levels. Okay, let me make it bigger. So basically, I think a realistic scenario will be that we go down, bounce back up from the black support line, create a lower high, go back, break these levels somewhere, then go even lower, then either bounce from here or break it as well, maybe in this manner, break it, make a little wick to 36,000, and then we might go up again. So this might be a realistic scenario. And if this level doesn't hold, we have another support lines that will hopefully help, but not this one. I don't know what it's doing here. So yeah, that's it. That's the update. Maybe have some questions. Let me see. All right. See you soon.